What started out as a temporary holding space for our alcohol has quickly become a forgotten space as our daily lives took over after moving in for almost 3 years now. While easy to maintain and fits the criteria of a minimalistic look, a featured display shelf full of alcohol doesn't really reflect ourselves as we don't really drink all that much. I've also avoided taking my IG photos or making videos with this shelf as the backdrop for the same reason. After much thought and scouring Pinterest and YouTube for ideas, I've decided to give it a go and try styling the shelf. The most effective and minimalist way to approach this is to start by identifying the items we already have lying around the house that can be displayed. Here are the items that I've already owned that I think can go well as display items for the shelf. First are the coffee table books and magazines that appear very often on my IG. Next is a relatively large photo frame with a photo from our pre-wedding shoot. Next is one of the large wooden planks we have around the house. Next is a giant scented candle and diffuser. A couple of vases. A golden fruit basket with bright yellow lemons. A rose gold wine holder from the previous display. And a pair of small planters we bought a while back which we plan to keep succulents in the future. For now, we'll make do with these artificial ones which we already have at home. Lastly, and perhaps the item I'm most excited about, would be my 12 years old retired Olympus pen camera. This is a 4-third and the very first camera I've ever bought, which I fitted with an electronic viewfinder and a handmade leather case from a craftsman found on Etsy. In this testing phase, my plan is to keep the display to 2 columns and alternating items of similar shapes or size on different columns of each row, before filling in the void with the remaining items to break up the overall shape. I begin by placing the books and magazines on alternate sides on each of the middle rows, before filling the top and bottom rows with the photo frame and one of my favorite alcohol bottle. Next is to slowly fill the void with the remaining items. The staging gave a better idea on how sparse the shelf is after placing items we already have, which helps to visualize how much space we have left, hence only to add minimum items to complete the desired look. After some thoughts and considerations, I've decided to add 3 sets of items to help complete the styling. First is the decision to go ahead and purchase the Marshall Acton speaker, which I've been contemplating for a while. I've always loved the look of this speaker, and the 3rd generation happens to be getting good reviews. is the pair of round vases, which I think the round shape helped add some curves to the squarish frame of the shelf and some of the items. Lastly is a long overdue clock for the house. The size of this flip clock is perfect and we love how it looks. Now to the exciting part of the actual styling. I started on top with the rose gold wine holder and our vase with tall grass to help break the silhouette of the shelf. Next, in the second row, I've selected the Marshall speaker to go with the pair of rounded vase. Moving down to the third and middle row, I will be separating the space into 3 columns, starting with a pair of Kinfolk books in the middle, followed by the set of planters on the right, and the diffuser sitting on the large wooden plank on the left. Ending it off with the camera and lenses seated on top of the books to take the center stage. Next, for the second last row, I've stacked a couple of magazines on top of the large monocle book as the base, pairing it with the large photo frame on the left, and finishing the look with the flip clock seated on top of the magazines. For the bottom row, again starting with a stack of magazines, I've paired it with the large scented candle and vase, finishing the display with the golden fruit basket of lemons. Overall, I am quite pleased with how the shelf has turned out. I'm sure the display will continue to evolve over time, but this will be a good base to start. I will definitely be using the shelf as the backdrop for more digital content, both on YouTube and Instagram. If you've enjoyed this video, do consider supporting the channel by giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video.